Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mouse Cheers.
Cheers.
What if we just... Oh,
So
here's the problem.
okay.
Wait, no added sugar, no added fat. What
So-
is this?
So we're sporting.
Oh, this is a flavored juice beverage.
So John, we're sporting something that.
I just brushed my teeth.
Well, so that's part of the problem. We're sporting something called, I believe it's pronounced Izzy.
Izzy contains 60% juice. Yo, I don't do juice.
So here's the thing.
I thought this was like 0-calorie seltzer.
No.
Well, I may not finish this one.
Does he ever? But John, the reason for the strange choice in beverage is because I went to the store today with a mission in mind.
Okay.
I knew I was coming here. I knew we were going to do a podcast. We're going to. This is like the part 2, if you would.
I would.
To our top 10 favorite MCU movies.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch it, roll back the tapes.
Roll it back.
We're going to do a bottom 10.
Yes.
And I have plans.
Plans here.
So I went to the store. My goal was to get 2 things. I went to a couple stores.
Okay.
My plan was to get 2 things, one of which I found, but I didn't want to leave empty-handed. I had never heard of this thing before, so I grabbed it.
Okay.
Now, what I did want to get, I'm going to remain a secret for now because I'm just going to find it one day and then, bring it on the pod.
Oh, you don't have it with.
I don't have it with. I just didn't want to leave
Okay.
empty-handed.
Oh, so you got a couple of Izzies.
I got a couple of Izzies.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I thought we'd give it the rating on the pod.
Oh, yeah. What, 1 to 10?
Yeah, 1 to 10. Let's do a quick 1 to 10.
Like legitimate, okay.
Okay, now, hold on. This isn't what I believe it's Izzy. Izze.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
got to be Izzy.
It's a sparkling juice, and this is sparkling mango.
Here's the... Okay. All right. I have thoughts.
Okay, please.
First of all, of all the fruit, I don't dislike mango, but of all the fruit, mango's not my favorite
Mm-hmm.
at all. Probably one of my least favorites.
Okay.
And take cranberry juice, one of my favorites. Even the sparkling cranberry juice I don't really like from Ocean Spray.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a real big in theory, I would think carbonated juice sounds awesome because I really love seltzer. So when I'm cranberry juice, but carbonated, thought it'd be awesome. This reminds me of that. And I guess as far as that goes, it's not bad, but I don't really like it.
So 1 to 10.
Like a 3.
Sort of low on the totem pole.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I don't like seltzer at all.
Okay.
So let's start there. So I'm not much of a sparkling guy, and you know what? I'll throw this at you. I'm not really a juice guy.
Mm-hmm.
I am a mango guy though, but the taste of mango isn't the taste I hoped for.
That's my problem with the cranberry juice one, because I love the cranberry juice, but the fizz gives it a thing, and then this is very sweet.
It is very sweet.
Kind of tastes like sugar water,
Yeah, it is very sweet, and I'm also not a overly sweet guy.
Yeah.
So, but I don't hate it. Would I never drink it again? Yeah.
1 to 10.
6.
Really?
Generously.
Yeah. Right in the middle of upper middle of the totem pole.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of where this came from. I went to the store looking to get 2 things.
Yeah.
I got one of them. The second one I couldn't find, so I grabbed some Izzy's.
Naturally.
Yeah. So we're talking some MCU movies.
Yeah. So apropos,
Mm-hmm.
because we're talking hey, I can acknowledge this is whatever, but I don't like it and all that stuff.
This is going to be the pod of This is going to be the not great pod.
Yeah, not the great pod. But I will tell you, I had a tough time coming up with 10 that I straight didn't like. So some of my earlier ones, I actually do like.
I'm
But,
on the same.
yeah.
I'm on the exact same page as you.
Okay.
Because here's the thing: I also haven't seen all the Marvel movies.
Okay.
Not even just past Endgame, but within, I haven't seen some.
That's wild.
So, with the exception of one, I didn't count those.
Like, what do you mean? So there's something on your list that you haven't seen?
Yeah,
But you just know that you wouldn't like it?
I know I'm not gonna like it. That's why I don't. That's why I haven't seen it.
Okay. So
I guarantee it's on your list too. I guarantee it.
nothing I haven't seen is on my list. Oh, you're saying I have seen it. And
Yeah.
it would be on my list.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, without further...
Let me ask you a quick question before we start.
Yeah.
How similar do you think our lists are?
I don't think that they're going to... I think we'll have some of the same stuff, but I don't think they're going to be that similar.
Okay. You seem pretty sure about that.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you confident enough to place a wager?
Like what kind of wager?
If at any point in time we both have a movie in the same number slot as each other. Now take a moment, look at your list, think about that. Think if you want to make a wager with me. How sure are you that you would miss that we would not have the same movie in the same number slot? How sure are you?
There might be one or two in the same.
Are you telling me
I'll wage against it. I'll wage that we won't have any the same.
you wage against it, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So, the game has begun. John, if you and I have the same movie
Yeah.
in the same number slot, we will both have to be punished, unfortunately. This is the Not So Good podcast with the Izzies, with the Marvel movies. So what's going to happen
Yeah.
is if we have the same movie in the same number slot, we both have to pop one of these. This is
I never even saw that in my life.
This is a toxic waste. It's actually hazardously sour candy.
Can I see?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most sour candies you can purchase on the market. And so without further ado, let's do this thing.
All right. Caution. One piece at a time may cause irritation to the mouth. Sensitive individuals should not consume this product. Damn. So, time in mouth. Full toxic head. Full toxic head. 60 seconds. Time in mouth. 60 seconds. Damn. Manufactured. Candy Dynamics. Where'd you get this?
At the Five Below.
Okay. All right. So, but if we don't have any, you have to pop one, right? Is that what it is? Oh, or if we have one, we both have to pop one.
Both pop.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
And if we don't, we dodge the bullet.
Boom.
Let's make this fun. All right.
Or not. We'll see.
Or not. Let's see. So, the rule is, and
You have to like pop one in the Izzy. Nah.
So the rule is, and this is standard rule. Everyone in the grade school knows it.
Yeah.
The person who hates the Izzy goes first.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Old school.
So we're going to start with 10. We're going to work our way up to number 1, and number 1 being the bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst.
Yeah. All right. So what I will say is number 10, and I want that disclaimer one more time that I do actually favor some of these earlier movies. And I don't truly hate any of them except for maybe one, which would be my number 1. So,
I wonder if we have the same number 1.
I don't know.
Okay.
Number 10, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, go on.
So number 10. Okay, so I do enjoy Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it's not one that I ever have to. Did we dodge a bullet or?
Dodged a big bullet. Anyway, please
So,
go on.
Basically, it's a pretty slight movie, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with it. And it is a just kind of a fun movie that happened to be right after Infinity War and in between Infinity War and Endgame, technically in between Infinity War and Captain Marvel. And it was a fun time at the movies. That is all. I like the movie. I don't really have anything too negative to say about it. I think that some of the aspects were silly and funny. I think the guy who tells the stories is very funny. I think I think when her mom like overtook Scott Lang and he was like she was speaking through him. That was funny and well acted by Paul Rudd. I think Paul Rudd's charming and all this. Evangeline Lilly is fine, is good. Michael Douglas, come on, and Michelle Pfeiffer. So I'm putting it at number 10 because it's a slight movie that I don't need to watch over and over again. And one of the themes of this list is hey, which one? When it came to like where I'm placing it on the list, is how often do I care to watch this? And every one I would rewatch, maybe except one. Continue. Number 10.
Number 10, and same disclaimer for me. This doesn't mean I necessarily don't like the movie. Ant-Man.
Whew.
Yeah, now you know what the problem
Whoa.
was. Now you know what the problem was.
So you probably, your heart just probably dropped.
Yeah, I was like, nah. Nah.
Imagine right away. Oh, man.
So here's the thing. Because my list, I didn't really incorporate movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really haven't seen anything past Endgame other than the Spider-Man and WandaVision and Doctor Strange.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, though, was before Endgame.
I still didn't see it.
Didn't see it. You did say that.
Yeah, there are select within the.
Yeah,
I didn't see Infinity Saga. I didn't see, and that is one of them. However, Ant-Man, it's enjoyable. It's not one that I actively rewatch. I think I've only seen it once actually.
Oh, really?
And I enjoyed it. But, there were things about it. And, like, Ant-Man isn't my favorite superhero. And it's a good movie. But what I mean?
You know what's funny? I saw it and I kind of had the same reaction. But when I rewatched it, I was kind of, like, pleasantly surprised at how into the lore of the MCU it was. Because it was when I was starting to watch it in chronological order. And it is very well tangled into the MCU lore. Have its issues, yeah, but it's far from my bottom. So
okay,
nice.
So let's do it. Let's do it like this because that first one gave me an idea. Let's see how fun this is.
Okay.
I'm gonna count down from 3.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Then we both say our number 9.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
We'll do that every time.
Right now we're doing it.
Right now we're doing it.
Actually,
okay.
let's do it when I think we'll have the same one, and I don't think we'll have the same number 9. So let's not do it now.
Okay.
But
okay.
There's going to be a point in time where we're going to do it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My number 9, Captain Marvel.
Okay.
So
didn't see that one coming.
No. Well, see, I like Captain Marvel. I like Ant-Man and the Wasp a little more. Again, ironically, because those two movies came in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel, I thought was a good time. I thought Brie Larson was a little stiff in the role. However,
a little stiff.
I thought that was the point when I first saw it because, she was being held back. She was like being told not to express emotion in the movie. So, and then of course the whole Nick Fury, like Sam Jackson is like awesome to watch. Like I'm happy to watch him in a movie. I didn't even mind the backstory of how he hurt his eye. A lot of people hated that. I don't hate that. I thought it was fun. I thought it was like proper for the MCU. Like it's cool. It's all good. So I didn't mind any of that. But it was a little bit, perhaps could have been a little more, because when the trailer came out, the first time we heard of Captain Marvel was at the end credit scene for Infinity War, when Fury dials for Captain Marvel. And then we get the trailer and we see like her glowing, and we're like, this is, I didn't start this war, but I'm here to end it. I'm like, oh damn, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be, she's gonna help them with Thanos, and it just didn't really materialize into that.
Yeah.
So number 9.
Yeah, she didn't need. Yeah, I have issues. She didn't need to be there at all.
Yeah. Did you see Captain Marvel?
I did not. No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie.
I won't see it.
Really?
I do refuse to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 9.
Why do you refuse to watch it?
Okay. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. All right. Wow.
So, my number 9.
Mm-hmm.
The Incredible Hulk.
Really?
Now, I actually am a big fan of The Incredible Hulk. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll even say I like the movie more than most.
Yeah.
However, I do understand people's problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Honestly, I thought when it first came out, I didn't even connect it to, even though at the end you saw Tony Stark and all this, and yeah, it's connected to the MCU, but like I didn't connect, like that just wasn't in my head.
Right.
The MCU, the idea of a universe wasn't even in my head.
Yeah, it was so new.
So it was just a solo movie to me, and if you compare it to the other Hulk movies, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. It's the best Hulk movie.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm an Edward Norton fan, of course. But if you're, now that it is what it is, if you're looking at everything in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it is a sore thumb in the lineup. Good to watch, but a sore thumb in the lineup.
You think it's a sore thumb mostly because it's a different cast member?
It was.
And by the way, when Tony Stark comes in at the end, they had to like retcon that later, because that ended up contradicting with what they, because Nick Fury was putting the team together, and they're trying to make it that they wanted Abomination, like Tony Stark was looking for Abomination. They like sent Tony Stark as like a diversion or something. Do you ever see that?
No.
Is that what the consultant, the one shot? You ever see any of the one shots? Dude, the MCU goes deeper than you know.
And that's why I stopped, because like I don't need to go deeper. Like just stop.
Sometimes you love that stuff, but then sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just observing.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. But I think the character of Bruce Banner is so different. And yeah, I guess you can say it's because of the actor, but the writing in it too. It's just Bruce Banner is a completely different character.
Right.
And it didn't jive well with me at first.
Fair enough.
But enjoyable nonetheless.
Yeah. Enjoyable. It's not on my bottom 10, but because I enjoy it. I think that it is there may be a little something missing in it to like really elevate it, but it's a serviceable good time for me. So, fair enough. I respect it. So, I don't know if we're gonna have any of the same. My number 8, Black Widow.
Okay.
Yeah. I just I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm hoping we don't have to pop it open. But,
I'm hoping. You think I want to do this?
So Black Widow, and I wasn't gonna put it on the list, but there was a point where I'm like, I think there were 7 that I'm like, yeah, I kind of am starting to like kind of dislike on the like more dislike than like, and then I'm like, so I need to think of 3 that I'm like, I do kind of like, but, what are the ones that I like the least? Black Widow, I guess, because, like, while I was watching, I'm like, ooh, this is better than I thought it would be, and, like, I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people, like, hate what they did with Taskmaster and how, like, they ruined that bad guy, and that's all well and good, for people to be upset about that. I didn't read the comics. I didn't have an emotional attachment to it, so whatever. I thought it was a good movie. I would watch Black Widow again. But it did come out way too late. Should have been like a phase, should have been early phase 3, where it was like ended up being like a phase 4 movie.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah. So I'll give it to that, because by the time it came out, I'm like, all right, Endgame happened. Let's move on. Let's go on.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
We didn't need it when we got it.
No.
We needed it earlier.
Yeah. Debatable.
Yeah, we didn't need it at all, but yeah.
All right. So my number 8 is respectable opinions. By the way, I didn't see it, so I don't really have anything to add.
I
to
figured that's why.
My number 8, Iron Man.
Number 1, Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1.
Okay.
A fair movie has started it all. I respect that. Iron Man just isn't my guy. He just isn't my guy.
Okay.
It was the only real like thing I can say. I don't have. Okay, here's how I can put this. I don't have anything overly negative to say about it, but I don't have anything positive to say about it either.
Really?
It's a very you watch it and then you move on kind of movie. I don't revisit.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my guy.
Okay.
It's not my hero.
All right. I disagree. I like Iron Man. I agree with your position on Iron Man. Iron Man's not my guy. But the movie I think is good. I think Jeff Bridges does a good job as the bad guy. And I think that it's not like Spider-Man 2 good or anything, you know. And to that point, we had seen like a lot of really good like superhero movies, you know.
Yeah.
Batman Begins and stuff at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know if The Dark Knight was out at that point. I think it was.
I don't remember.
Could be. But anyway, you know, like
and then
so
Iron
it didn't blow my socks off, but you know, in the grand scheme of things looking back, like I'm always happy to watch it. I like agree with you, but on a higher level, you know.
Right.
It's just not on my bottom 10. So.
Okay.
All right, good.
Respectable.
Okay. Number 7. 7? Yeah. Avengers Age of Ultron. I talked about this a little in the last episode because it was on your top 10. On my bottom 10, because definitely the weakest of the Avengers for me, the 4 Avengers movies, and it lost me a little bit. I think that there's pieces of the movie that aren't there. I think that something got lost from script to screen, or from concept to screen, and maybe he ran out of time. Maybe he was like kind of over it or whatever. I think the dialogue is a little more cheesy than the first one, or Joss Whedon wrote some pretty good dialogue for a first time mashup, but then he didn't really really evolve for the second one. Obviously I love Vision, who came out of that, Wanda, Quicksilver, like good things came out of it, and good plot progression came after it, and of course what's his name as Ultron.
Yeah. I can never remember his name. I always forget it 100% of the time.
Spader.
Yeah.
Awesome voice. Yeah, that's kind of all I got. And you know what? I was when I saw the trailers and it was Ultron and he's like, there are no strings on me, and that whole thing, I'm like, this is awesome, because it looks like this is a big bad who does not have that hard of a time fighting the Avengers. I'm like, this is awesome. We ended up getting that awesomeness from Thanos, but I thought that was going to be Ultron.
Right.
And then when they're in Sokovia fighting a bunch of robots, that disappointed the hell out of me. Because the trailer I thought Ultron was like their big, but it ended up being a bunch of robots.
Just a bunch of robots.
Yeah.
I love that. Honestly, it's in my top 5.
Ugh.
Me and Age of Ultron, we go way back.
Yeah.
We go way back.
All the way back to Age of Ultron.
All the way back to Age of Ultron. I wish I could say respectable opinions, but your opinions are garbage.
Oh, you don't even see what I'm saying.
Nah,
Really?
no.
I thought I was giving.
I thought fighting robots was badass. I did.
No. It's a rehash of the New York, where all these enemies are coming.
Honestly, I liked it a little better than New York. I like the robots more than I like the alien.
Well, maybe
features.
if this happened in the first one and New York happened later, I would like it better than New York, but I didn't.
That's respectable.
There it is.
There it is. So let me hit you with another one. So you hit me with one that was in my tops. I'm gonna hit you with one that was in your tops.
Oh, here it is.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Really?
Really?
Why don't you like that movie?
Couple reasons. It was one of those that I didn't, because there are movies that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It was one I only saw recently,
Okay.
and it's a movie sandwiched in between two great movies. Captain America 1 is like my second favorite Marvel movie, and then Civil War is just so much. There's so much going on. It's so great. Or at least it's better than Winter Soldier. Again, some good things came out of Winter Soldier. Let's start with the Winter Soldier himself. He was completely. It was a completely crazy bad guy that you wondered, if Cap could live up to this style of fighting, this kind of rage. You worry for Cap, right? But then, as the series goes on, I feel like he loses that. We talked about that a little bit. So, like, the character itself, going into the movie knowing this, kind of lessened the character for me. And then there was... this is the part in Marvel that I don't really care for. They go too heavy with the comedy sometimes. And that movie's a good example of it.
What?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, sometimes it's a little too silly.
What?
Yeah, you heard
That's
me.
like spy thriller, espionage, Russo brothers.
No, I got it.
I don't think that goes too silly at all.
Well, yeah, the spy parts aren't silly, but like then, like, I don't know. And then at
silly
the end,
is not a word.
And then at the end,
your opinion is garbage.
No. And then at the end, where like Cap and the Winter Soldier when Cap and Bucky are fighting, and it's like, you remember me? I'm your friend or whatever.
Dude, that was you feel that in the gut.
I felt it in the butt.
Be like Steve Rogers. It's like, I'm not gonna kill you. Like, I'm your friend, and then he ends up. Oh my goodness. Silly is not a word that I even associate with that movie. I think that you don't remember the movie.
The Winter Silly Soldier is what I call it.
Wow.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. I don't know about that. There are way sillier movies. In fact, if I were to make a top 5 least silly MCU, Winter Soldier would 100% be on there. And it might be number 1. That's not a silly movie at all. Anyway, that opinion after calling my opinion garbage. Anyway, number 6. I have to be true to myself. I can't lie to myself. I need to be honest. Civil War. I'm tired of hiding it. I don't really love Civil War.
Get your opinions out right here on the podcast, John.
I think it's too silly.
Dude.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Because that's stupid of me to say.
Yeah.
I think that the first half of the movie is a tough watch. I think that it's half tough, and then the airport scene happens, and that's awesome, and then it's mostly forgettable minus the airport scene.
Where did you watch it? In what setting? Were you eating a meatloaf dinner?
No, the first time I saw it was at Joe Fontaine's.
And was there food provided?
Probably snacks, yeah.
Snacks?
Yeah.
Do you think you go heavy-handed?
I've seen it more than once, but continue. Yeah.
I want this first time because that's where opinions are formed. Let's say you were eating a full-blown meatloaf dinner, extra gravy.
Mm-hmm.
You are not going to be paying attention to the first half of the movie until the meatloaf is gone, hence the second half of the movie.
We weren't eating. It maybe snack. Oh, I don't even know if we had a snack. Maybe we had
Joe,
some drinks.
Give me a call. Tell me what you were eating.
I doubt he remembers, but I will tell you, I was a little tired.
Well, that's your problem, John.
But then I watched it again.
When you already had an opinion on it?
No, obviously I had an opinion on it, but I went into it saying like, okay, I'm missing something. Everybody loves this movie. Some people it's like their top 3 MCU, so I'm gonna watch it again, and I want to love it, and I didn't love it.
Well, haters are gonna hate.
Yeah, I mean, some good things came from it. Mm-hmm. Black Panther, Spider-Man, Zemo. You know,
I love that.
I can't get behind it. And the fact is, it's not a bad movie, clearly. And I just have to be honest with myself. I never will look forward to watching it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. My 6. Thor Ragnarok.
I almost put Thor Ragnarok on this list. I didn't, but
it's just it swung and it missed one too many times, maybe even 4 too many times.
Mm-hmm.
Because though there were some good things about it, I have good things to say about it. It was enjoyable. It's a popcorn Marvel movie at the end of the day. And we were talking about silly movies. This is textbook silly. It was silly exactly when I needed it not to be.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see a different reaction to when Thor was introduced to the Hulk. You know, that whole fight scene could have been so much more powerful than it was because it was ruined by stupid jokes. And it happened throughout the whole movie. And that's why it's on the list. Were it a little bit more serious, I honestly think it would have been up there as far as one of the ones I love the most.
Big important things happen in that movie.
Big things happen in that movie, and it's what redeems the movie, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But when a moment's good and it gets ruined, oh, that hurts. Yeah. And I feel like that happened a lot in the movie.
Yeah, they were trying to course correct because the first 2 were like over serious and people didn't love it. Yeah, fair enough. I think that I can feel your opinions there. I like it more than you. Clearly, it's not on my top. Not on my bottom list. If you want, like, I wouldn't call it really like a popcorn MCU movie, just because so much importance happens. But I would call Thor: Love and Thunder a popcorn MCU movie for sure.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. I don't want to see it. I've seen the important parts, like, on the social media and whatnot. Eat My Hammer. Yeah, I've seen that.
Eat My Hammer?
Eat My Hammer.
I don't know that.
You don't remember Natalie Portman? Eat My Hammer. You don't remember that?
No.
John.
What? You're like, you don't remember that? Eat My Hammer from Natalie Portman?
Well, this should have been your reaction when... okay.
You think that I should have had...
This should have been your reaction. Okay.
Eat My Hammer. Yeah.
That should have been your reaction, and you remember that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember that, and I liked Thor: Love and Thunder to a degree. You know, it's not on my bottom list. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that the one you thought would definitely be?
No, it's coming up.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Oh.
I told you. Sometimes you're a Volume 2 fan, sometimes you're a Volume 1 fan. And I know Volume 1 is a good movie. I like it. But I have to be true to myself. I never look forward to watching it. And that's a problem. And that warrants it being on my bottom 10. because even though, hey, it's a good movie, it's an important movie. It introduced us to, it took characters that nobody knew and made them into household names. I don't love it.
Yeah.
It's simply a personal opinion.
No, okay, I get
I
it.
can acknowledge objectively that it's good and that it's funny and people like it. It doesn't hold me, and I would watch the second one 10 out of 10 times before I watch the first one.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. I can't really speak on that. I haven't seen the second one either.
You haven't seen either?
No, I saw that. Well, I saw the first one.
Okay.
I think it was in my tops, actually.
Really?
Yeah, roll back the tapes, though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but I haven't seen the second one. I hear good things about it.
It's good. Well, some people hate it, but, that's the way it is.
Right.
You got your firsts and you got your seconds. I'm a second.
No, interesting. I wonder if I'd hate the second then. I'll have to watch it.
Do you love the first?
I do.
Maybe.
My number 5. Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, it's no secret to you or here on the podcast that I am not a fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, it had some good parts, but let me also say the cast was doomed from the start. Tom Holland, not a fan. I didn't think Zendaya is a good MJ.
Oh, I disagree.
I've always hated Michael Keaton. It was doomed from the start.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and I've said this before on the podcast. It's not Spider-Man. It's Spider-Boy, and I'll even go as far as to say that I don't like the representation of how Peter Parker is right from the start. I know it starts. He's been Spider-Man, like a year or whatnot when the movie starts. Is that correct?
I don't know.
He at least is Spider-Man, and he's in the rhythm of things.
Yeah, he was already in Civil War at that point. So.
Right, and like you see him in class, and underneath the desk, he's like doing his concoction of webs. And I was like, "Oh, give me a break, give me a break."
Well, it's the Homecoming trilogy, so it is Spider-Boy, and that's what it was supposed to be. That's why it's called the Home trilogy.
Yeah, well, I'll pass on it every time.
Okay,
every time.
Fair enough. It's my least favorite of the trilogy.
There was a good because can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see things coming in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know this about me?
No.
I don't see. You can watch a movie with Paul.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, "Oh, I saw that coming." Or,
Oh, yeah,
this is how the
yeah,
movie's going to end.
Yeah.
I don't see things coming.
Yeah.
So I do have to say, in Spider-Man Homecoming, when he picks up his date for the dance, and the dad is Michael Keaton, didn't see it coming.
That's a memorable scene.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually did enjoy that. I didn't see it coming. And so that's really the only thing that stuck out as something I liked, honestly.
Yeah, okay. Okay. It reminded me of that. I thought it was that, but it was actually Far From Home, where Happy's like, "Oh, the password is password." He's like, "Yeah, I don't feel good about it either." Really funny.
Yeah. Happy's a funny character.
Yeah. Number 4. Doctor Strange 2.
Ooh, I thought it'd be lower on the list.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Interesting.
The problem is, I love Wanda. I love Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I love the characters. And it hurts, but at the same time, I don't hate the movie.
You don't hate the movie. I kind of hated the movie.
Here's the thing. Spider-Man 3 stings to this day on how disappointing it was. I'll still pop it in once in a while and watch it. I don't hate the movie. It's the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Me and you have very different opinions on this.
Yeah. It's well acted.
Well,
it's poorly. I think it's pretty poorly written, and
Yeah.
I think the editing is awful. Like the special effects are real bad, and I think that the Sam Raimi, man, he has a knack. He has a knack for disappointing me. Could have been so much more amazing, and that's what stings. What it could have been versus what it is. What it is, it's a popcorn MCU movie.
I hear that. I think I saw it in theaters. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know why. I don't do that. That's out of character.
You don't do that after Endgame for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. But wait, did I?
You couldn't have.
I didn't. I'm lying.
Yeah, because I don't think. Did it go to theaters?
Did a big MCU movie go to theaters?
Well, like Black Widow didn't go to theaters.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Huh. Why did I think I saw it in theaters? I guess I didn't. I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Then the America Chavez, the girl who could like jump between
Oh, yeah, she did nothing for me.
multiverses. Yeah.
No. Not a fan.
And then there's like this cheesy speech at the end.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Like believe in yourself. Like one of those. Like one of those. It's real bad.
The thing that like is meant to really tug at the heartstrings, motivate, inspire, and it just doesn't.
Nah, Sam Raimi gets this like he makes it goofy and cheesy, and I think he likes that. So, nah,
Not a fan.
no.
My number 4 is Thor. Now I'm going
Thor 1.
Thor 1. I'm coming from a place of really the first few times I've watched it. When Thor first came out, it was more boring than the others. It was, Thor didn't impress me. Oh, he has a hammer. Oh, whoa. And he was trying to lift it the whole movie and he couldn't. Rats. It just didn't do anything for me at the time. Knowing Thor more now as a character that I've grown to like, going back and rewatching it, do I enjoy it more? Yes, I do. But it's almost like if you eat a food that you love, you get sick. And then it's like, you don't really want to revisit that food. But like, you like it, but like you just got sick from eating it. So you know what I mean?
I don't know perfectly that analogy, that great analogy, but this is one that's grown on me. When I first saw it in theaters, I actually despised it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, guys, we're getting movies like Spider-Man 2, and now we get this? Come on, guys. Whoa. Yeah, he just doesn't want to finish it.
That's not true at all.
He's like, I like it. The more I have it, just like it's growing on him, like Thor grew on me. And then when I rewatched it after, like when like Infinity War was coming out, I kind of rewatched everything, and I'm like, ooh, I like the music, and the music in Thor is good, and I think the acting is good. I like Natalie Portman too. And I just, I think that it's a good, I think that is a good MCU movie.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the number 3.
Yeah, we got to say it at the same time, perhaps.
Okay, so I'm going to do...
I think we should say the number 3 and the number 2 at the same time.
Okay, that's fine. So it's going to go 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, Iron
Thor
Man 3.
2. Hold on. Can we do our second real quick?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Iron
Doctor
Man
Strange
3.
Multiverse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was a close one. And I know that our number 1 isn't the same.
Because yours is Thor, too.
My number 1 is Captain Marvel.
Oh, so you knew.
Yeah.
Oh, your number 1 is Captain
I
Marvel?
refuse to watch it.
Jeez. All right, hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Well, we've... okay, these need to come back.
They'll come back. These are going to become a staple to keep us honest.
Can't even hear anything in here.
Yeah, well, they're probably packed tightly. I don't know. I didn't even open it. But these are going to be a staple for the podcast to keep us honest and to keep us on our toes. Because let me tell you something, John. I'm sick of your bullshit. And
well, Mr. Toxie Head, Toxic Waste. This is funny. It's coming back.
It's coming back.
But not today.
So, gotta keep watching if you want to see it.
Yeah. I think... so wait, Thor the Dark World is not on your bottom 10?
I never saw it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
Blue Jays are going to have a field day.
Sorry, BJ.
All right. So Thor the Dark World is unfortunately, and I'm not alone at this, a lot of people, this is their bottom 1. Just basically a forgettable villain a story that is pretty forgettable as well. Nowhere near a good like progression. I think it literally exists just to the is it the space stone? It's not the it's one of the stones. It literally is just there to introduce that, and it's a slight movie, and then like Loki, imposters as the king at the end and all that stuff, and then at the very beginning of Ragnarok, they like wipe that out. They're like, oh, never mind, like it's one of those. So that kind of bugs me. Yeah, it's a blah movie. You haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna go crazy into it, but.
Yeah. So Iron Man 3.
And I'll piggyback off you because that's my number 2.
Yeah. Okay. I like Iron Man is my guy. Iron Man 1 was on my list, but Iron Man 3 is the worst of the trilogy.
Yeah.
And it's I honestly don't even. I didn't enjoy. I remember not enjoying watching it.
Yeah.
And even like what else is on my list? Like I didn't like Spider-Man: Homecoming, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I didn't enjoy watching it. Like,
right.
Like Iron Man 3 was a waste of like 2 hours.
Yeah, and I do feel the same because Iron Man 3, we got a clunky movie. We got I feel like it's emotionally offbeat, and I feel like I feel the Mandarin. The twist is poor.
It's very poor.
The bad guy's
I didn't care for it at all.
Yeah, I thought the final fight on the ship and stuff like that with Pepper in it and stuff like that, and then at the end he destroys all his suits, but then he comes back with it like it's it's its own thing. The director wanted to do its own thing.
Yeah,
not part of but you're making a movie that's part of everything else. So don't do that. What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It distracts me when I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shang-Chi did Mandarin worlds better. Watch Shang-Chi. It's awesome.
I will.
One of my tops.
So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That was another one. I didn't enjoy watching it. It was terrible. The writing was poor. I didn't care for the acting. I didn't care for the multiverse in general.
Mm-hmm.
That little girl that was jumping from time to time, she bothered me. She bothered me on a daily.
Her name is Zochi.
Zochi, more like no chi.
She just won Dancing with the Stars.
Well, that just shows you what her Marvel career is looking like. When you're on Dancing with the Stars, you've given up. Well, with that being said, congratulations.
There are lesser celebrities on it. Who was on this season? Allison Hannigan.
Oh, I remember seeing pictures of her actually. How'd she do? Did she win?
No, Zochi won.
Oh, Zochi won. Yeah. They were doing it to get on the same season.
Yeah.
Is it seasons?
Yeah.
What is Dancing with the Stars?
It's
stars that dance.
Well, it's a celebrity contest. So so you have pro dancers that partner up with a celebrity.
So one can dance, one's a celebrity.
Exactly.
That's an interesting matchup.
A pro dancer pairs with a celebrity.
Yeah.
And they spend the week working on a routine, and then when the show airs, we see it live, them dancing it.
So if they done fumble,
it's live, and you see it.
Fumbled live.
Yeah. And then the judges rate it, and then at the end, one couple gets eliminated, and that's what it is. So a lot of the same pro dancers are every season. Like there are people you come to recognize them because
that's what they do.
That's what they do. But different celebrities every season. So like Allison Hannigan was on this one.
So
Wayne Brady was last season.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I really love Dancing with the Stars.
Would you be on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh yeah. If I was a celebrity, 100%.
You're John from Mouse Cheers.
True. We're gonna need at least a few more subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, I still only have Five Below money.
One of the girls, Charlie D'Amelio. You familiar with that? She's
No.
like big on TikTok or something. She's got a reality show too, but she was on Dancing with the Stars. So you could be like internet famous and be on there as well.
There we go. We'll get you on there.
All right. Yeah, I would totally be on it, but it's a really it's a fun show. It's a fun show. Back when Tiger King came out, Carol Baskin was on it. Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars.
What?
She got eliminated like week 2 or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they just let anyone on here, as long as you're.
Oh yeah, you
kind
know
of
who
famous.
was on it this year? This season was the guy who dude. Unfortunately, he's been in so much, and this is such a bad like part to like. Remember in The Hangover, the doctor was like, "Oh, he's on the corner of Get a Map and Fuck Off." Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, he was funny.
Yeah,
He was on Dancing with the Stars.
He was out week 1. He was the first one out.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, but Xochitl, America Chavez, won it.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, spoilers if you wanted to see the season, but
No, I'm
it was
good.
kind of obvious the whole season. She was the best.
She was real good.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So her talents are in dancing, not in acting. We give the harsh truths here.
I want to go back and watch Doctor Strange 2 to see how she does, to be quite honest.
Well, if you get me an extra large popcorn, maybe some. What's another thing people eat during movies?
Raisinets.
Raisinets.
Hell yeah.
I'll watch it with you. That's still a big maybe because I don't like Raisinets.
Oh, okay, I was just about to ask if you like Raisinets. I love Raisinets.
You know what? Have you ever had the bite Charleston chews?
Yeah.
They remind me of a Raisinette, and I'm a Charleston Chew fan. But like when I'm eating it, I'm like, yeah, it's like a Raisinette.
What? What's your favorite Charleston chew?
Just a regular like fun size Charleston Chew. Pop that bad boy in the freezer.
See, I like the chocolate Charleston chews. One with the center is the chocolate instead of the vanilla.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Dude, go to the gas station off of 93.
They got that?
Yeah. They got the strawberry, the chocolate, and the vanilla.
Yeah.
Ariel loves the strawberry.
I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't even know about the other flavors.
Yeah. Real good stuff.
Interesting.
Oh. Because we watch a podcast called Taste Buds. They talk about the whatchamacallit.
Mm-hmm.
There was a sequel bar. Do you remember that? Did you see the episode?
Yeah,
They said
yeah.
the Whoozy What's It.
Whoozy What's It.
Did you know that I tried it? I went to the gas station off 93. And they had a damn Whoozy What's It. So I bought it and I tried it. It was pretty good.
Have you tried to whatchamacallit?
I have, but I can't like picture what it tastes like. I could picture the Whoozy What's It more than the whatchamacallit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, indeed.
So there's some hidden gems. You know what? I wonder if they have what I was looking for today.
Prasley, go to the gas on 93.
I will.
So that disclaimer, that's old exit 93. It's actually exit 43 now, I think. Is it 43?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, okay, it's 43.
But okay, so now it's just a last, right? Because we both did. Because your number 2 was what?
Iron Man 3.
Oh,
Yeah, I gave my 2 cents.
So.
Yeah.
So to conclude, well, did you have any dishonorable mentions?
Oh, yeah. Ms. Marvel, the Disney Plus show. Now, that would have completely been on my list, but I wanted to stay consistent with the fact that we didn't do Marvel shows on the top 10. We only did honorable mentions. So, dishonorable mention, Ms. Marvel. I didn't hate it, but man, toward the end, I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She-Hulk, I actually kind of liked She-Hulk. I thought the last episode was a little blah, and also this whole setup with Hulk's son, blah, and the special effects were just horrendous. If you're going to do a She-Hulk show, make sure She-Hulk looks good. Looked awful.
That.
Just because of that, I'm dishonorable mentioning that, but I did quite like the show. Because like Tim Roth was back on it and stuff, as Abomination and stuff.
Oh, and that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, people hated on it, but I think it's because it just looked bad, you know?
It did look bad. I was one of the haters.
Yeah. So, but Ms. Marvel, again, I did like it for a little while, then I just kind of be like, yeah, okay, blech. You know, it kind of like did that for me. Mm-hmm. And then She-Hulk stayed pretty like even, maybe dropped a little at the end, but it just looked bad. So I say, you know, dishonorable mention. So those are my two.
I'm going to hit you with my dishonorable mention, everything after Endgame. All right, so now for the for the final bottom of the barrel. So I chose Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
John, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just not going to watch it. I hated Captain Marvel in Endgame. I thought that her and Brie Larson, she was great in Room. But that's kind of it. I'm not a Brie Larson fan.
Brie Larson was the girl in 21 Jump Street. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm not a Brie Larson fan. She did phenomenal in Room. She deserved that Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't do nothing for me.
Fair enough.
And
did she win for Room?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And well deserved.
That's probably how she got the role of Captain Marvel, like off of her Oscar win.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. But her acting wasn't good. I didn't like the character, and it was easily replaceable. Mm-hmm. I can tell you easily how to replace her character in Endgame and tell you what you can put in there. We all want to see World War Hulk. I'm not going to act like it's a surprise or anything like that. So that's what we needed. The only thing she did was save Tony from outer space. That's the only thing she did that I couldn't, easily manipulate with something else. Even with that being said, I could probably think of something. But that's the only thing she did where I'd have to put some thought into on how
she saved everybody by literally flying through Thanos' airship.
No. What do you think? Where do you think the World War Hulk comes in? This boy jumps off a giant Ant-Man, freaking goes to town on that thing. Mm-hmm. So angry that nothing can stop him.
They missed an opportunity in Endgame. When Black Widow dies, that should have unearthed some deep feelings in Hulk.
Honestly.
Come on. It was right there.
The worst thing about Endgame, and it's was it my favorite? It is my favorite.
Yeah.
The worst thing about Endgame is how dirty they did Hulk.
Yeah. No, I have no problem with Professor Hulk from the comics and stuff. But if they had done Professor Hulk and then Black Widow died and then he just came out and they used that in that last battle.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I know. We completely... it felt, to me at least, it felt like we lost one of the main Avengers in that movie because we didn't see him. Right. We saw Professor Hulk. We didn't see the Hulk.
Right.
All right, and you want to see Hulk get angry.
Right.
Hulk smash, right?
I think we'll see him again because we're going to get different color Hulks.
I'm not interested now.
Yeah,
you missed your chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I honestly, Captain Marvel does nothing for me. I don't want to see it. People hate on it probably for a reason. I know I'm not going to like it, so I'm not going to watch it. It's my number one, bottom of the barrel.
All right. Respect. All right, my number one. So I'm saying Ant-Man and the Wasp, what I thought it was going to be was a trip into the quantum realm. That wasn't a trip into the quantum realm, but it ended up being that in Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So I'm like, oh, sweet. And then they're like, oh, okay, Kang was introduced in Loki. Oh, and Kang is the villain in Ant-Man 3. Oh, Kang was in the quantum realm. This makes sense. This is good. That's why we haven't seen him. That's why, blah, 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 blah. So I was quite excited. I'm like, this is going to be the best Ant-Man yet. Little did I know it would be the worst MCU movie I've seen in my entire life. Come on. How do you take Ant-Man, wring all the comedy out of it? Not that there's not comedy in it, but man, the Ant-Man movies have a feel.
Absolutely.
Not Quantumania.
Oh.
And they go into the quantum realm, and it's CGI City, which, by the way, I don't mind that, but CGI recently in the MCU has not been great. This is all CGI. You got Cassie Lang, you got Scott Lang, you got the Pims. It's Pims, right?
I didn't
Hank
see
Pym and all those. Well, the characters, Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly and stuff. So you got all of them, and it's almost like this, like are they trying to be the Fantastic Four? Like, what's happening? Like, it's a family, and it's like doing, and it could literally be just like a generic space movie because there's literal like alien looking things there. The quantum realm is not interesting. The movie is boring. Kang isn't threatening. Kang dies from Ant-Man. Big bad Kang dies. And I get it. There's a bunch of different variants of Kang and different multiverses, blah, blah, blah. But look, every time we've met Kang, he's died.
That's
So
not
what are we
exactly
doing?
a strong villain in my eyes.
Yeah. So, and the fact that Jonathan Majors is like basically out of the MCU now because of his legal issues and stuff, they're basically like, it doesn't matter. And by the way, Ant-Man 3, after they got out of the quantum realm, they found out none of it even mattered. Like basically the whole movie is useless. I was bored watching it. I didn't even watch it all in one sitting, and then I never want to watch it again. And I've never felt that way about an MCU movie until Ant-Man 3. The pinnacle of low of Phase 4 for me.
Well, there we go.
Now, Phase 4 was a mixed bag for me. I have some Phase 4 on my top 10. I have some Phase 4 on my bottom 10.
That's a healthy mix.
Indeed.
But I don't respect it.
Yeah.
Because everything after Endgame, to me, is just all that. And also, like, if the MCU starts to get, like, really good again all of a sudden, it's still not going to mean anything because you got such a strange middle of just mediocre.
But I will say this, to kind of put your mind at ease about it, and I think I said it in the last episode too. You think of it as if you get like Harry Potter, you get the first book is good, second book. I'm not saying the second book wasn't good, but I'm like, let's say you just hated the second book. Then the third book was really good. You'll be like, all right, I like Harry Potter. Second book was bleh, but third book, we're back. Think of it like that. And I said it in the last video. We need to end the multiverse saga immediately. Like, end it fast and start with, X-Men, Fantastic. Go there. That's your next stop. So that way, when the MCU gets good again, you'll be like, yeah, Infinity Saga, awesome. Multiverse Saga, boom. X-Men, Mutant Saga, awesome. You know what I mean? Like, so we can try to look at it that way. Mm-hmm. That way we can move forward in our minds.
Mm-hmm. I might actually see Fantastic Four. That might be the only one I see.
Yeah. Well, we got Deadpool 3 coming up, and Wolverine's going to be in that and stuff.
I was never a fan of the Deadpools, honestly.
Nor I, but this is MCU Deadpool. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I might see Fantastic Four though. I just want to see it done right. Yeah, which they probably won't. But we've already talked about that. But John, I'm glad that we didn't have to endure such toxicity today.
Me too.
But it's going to come back with a vengeance. I know it.
Well, this has to come back in the next ranking video for sure.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what will happen. I'll stay right there.
Yeah. Oh, we got to do this with Paul. Like if we want to do rank the bars and stuff, rank the hotels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that'll be the ranking thing.
Yeah.
And But for this ranking, as far as this ranking is concerned, John, you had a lot of good things to say. I really respected your list.
As you.
And you know what I'll say to that? I'll cheers to that.
Indeed.
I'm out.
I am not. Cheers. Now clean that up.